How about this one? I call it bold and brash.
More like belongs in the trash.
Sorry, I must have missed that one.
Hey everyone, welcome back to more Flesh and Bat, and today we're going to be experimenting with some new cards from the Hunted. ZEN currently has basically all the cards that we need, but you know, experimentation is always good, just to figure out if there's anything new that kind of stands out from the new set. So I kind of wanted to walk through some of the cards that I want to try out today, and these are not cards that I'm like automatically slotting into my current ZEN list. These are just cards that I kind of want to try for funsies more so. But let's start with some of the blues here. So starting with Prowess of Agility, this is a just a ninja action aura that can potentially draw you a card, so it's almost like a ninja kind of truce, but the kind of condition on this card means that you have to kind of do a lot of work to at least keep it around. So if you don't attack 3 times, you will basically destroy this card, right? So what I've done to kind of alleviate some of this problem, right, is I've added Harmony Hunts to see if we can like maybe get like basically a 3-wide chain link and then end on this, just to try to keep this around and maybe set up for a big turn. This card I don't really like, but it's a blue 0 cost 3 block, so it's like whatever, right? Might as well try it while we're here. But again, I don't think this card's that good. Hopefully I'm able to illustrate why I don't think this card's good, but yeah, we'll try to showcase it in some games. Next, we're moving on to Rotten Remains, which is a card that is more so of a haha funny card, mostly against like Nuu and Assassin decks. Being able to like banish a couple cards from graveyard is kind of funny, especially if you banish like a bunch of like stealth cards, and then you pump this up to like 6, like a 0 for 6 3 block. Pretty good. So I want to try this card out too, but again, this is more so like a haha funny card more than anything. I don't think this automatically slots into ZEN decks unless there's a ton of like Cinders running around or Nuus running around. Like I don't think this card's actually that good either, but I want to try it out. Now to move on to some cards that I do think are actually like somewhat reasonable. Sound the Alarm. So Sound the Alarm is just a generic rare from the set. But it has a very interesting effect specifically against like Nuu and any other decks that run attack reactions, where we can basically search for a D-react and put it on top. So this has kind of like a really funny combo with like wax on, wax off, where if you have one of the copies, you can like potentially tutor for the other half and then set it up for next turn. You can also just get like Saintful on top, which is like pretty reasonable, allowing you to kind of like play around attack reacts. And it just gives you a ton of information about their hand. So against like Nuu, this is just an attack trigger that reveals their hand. So very, very solid card. Do kind of like this card a lot, like unironically. Like I think this card's actually kind of strong in that matchup, but I wanted to stats to actually kind of confirm that. I don't think I've actually like played with this card against Nuu yet, so I want to try it out. And last, we have Quick Dodge Flexors, which I'm not as sold on this card as I think a lot of people are. Like, I think the card's very, very strong for what it does, but I don't know if it automatically like slots into ZEN. I think the matchup you probably want this the most in is like against Nuu, for instance, where you can just like block on like daggers and then like a stealth attack. Like I think this card's quite strong, and it's pretty, I guess, like low opportunity cost since we're already running a ton of blues anyways. Like might as well try this card out and see if it performs. But again, I think the matchups that I want this the most in are like Nuu and Aurora, but like I don't even know if it's good Nuu Aurora. Like I think Nuu is pretty much like the only thing I would probably run this into, and maybe I guess like Dio, but not crazy about it there either. But we're going to go ahead and see if we can get a couple games with it, try it out. Yeah, but those are like the 4 cards that I think ZEN got from the new set. I think there are other like generic cards maybe that we can also try, but I think these are like the standout cards to me. So I want to give them a try today, see how they go, and yeah, let's get into some games. All right, so we're playing against Arakni, Slip Through the Cracks. I feel like I'd rather go second just because it's probably pretty similar to the new matchup. Let's go ahead and test out the Quick Dodge Flexors. We probably want something similar to our new package, so let's pull that up. Let's bring in the Sound the Alarms, and then I guess the Harmony Hunt, and then I think this seems somewhat reasonable. Maybe cut like 1 Harmony Hunt, maybe that's fine. Yeah, something like this seems pretty good. Ooh, we got the Rotten Remains on turn 0. I don't think this is exactly the plan. Okay, opponent's also playing Bloodsplattered Vest. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and just block with an aspect here, I think. Seems reasonable. I think we should probably just try to deny the mark value if we can. Especially this early when we, there's no cost to doing so. I do want to probably try to sink below this Rotten Remains just so we can have it for later. That's at least the idea. All right, we're going to mark with the funnel web with Hits Your Hero Bishop card in their arsenal. Sure. So we'll just sink this, I think. Notably, they can like flick a dagger at me, but I don't think I care a ton. Opponent's also playing under the trapdoor, so maybe running some traps in their deck. Okay, kind of cool. I don't know if these spike cards are any good in the new heroes. Maybe they are. Let's go ahead and sink the Rotten Remains. All right, we find a blue, which is okay. I'm assuming they're just going to Arsenal here, yeah. Okay. So, hoping to get a really good hand, which we do. Okay. I guess that made my life very, very easy. The only awkward part is the CNC here. Like, it might honestly be better. So we could send like 3 and then 5. Or we could actually pitch the CNC. We do 2, 1, 2, 2, 4, 4. It's probably the most amount of damage. I guess that's probably fine. Feels a little bit weird pitching the CNC here, but I think for like damage efficiency purposes, we don't want to just send it at them. Although like 2 into 8, it's just the problem is we're missing out on our wind chakra, I think is the issue. It kind of like if we just send CNC there, it's obviously probably okay, but we're missing out on like 3 extra damage or something. All right, let's go ahead and arsenal or sink. We also have our quick dodge flexors at the ready. All right, so we have pain in the backside. Hit 0, target dagger. So this is the one that doesn't require you notably to wait, this doesn't have stealth. I feel like this should not have go again. Okay. We're gonna, oh no, it does have go again just naturally. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So 0 for 3 go again on hit, they mark us. I think that's like fine though. I don't know how much we really care about mark, especially with like a reactant arsenal. We could have tried to like cover 6 on it, but okay, we're going for a codex as well. Huh. Maybe getting back that? Or are they getting back the mark? Banish card in their arsenal. Sure. So I still don't think we care about this, right? I think if anything, I maybe just want to wax on off to enable Rising Sun, and then we can, if they want to like try to go over with another react, we can just cover it. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. I think I might just go for the sink then. All right, if I go for Justinic, I guess I can do both now. Sure. So we'll go for sink first. Try to sink this red 100 ones into a blue, I think. All right, we do find a blue. And then the question is, do we want to try to cover this? They have another codex, it's kind of annoying, but I guess they just get a pain in the backside, which we don't really care about. Sure. All right, we'll go for the Rising Sun. I don't think it really matters what blue we keep here, but I guess I'll keep the 3 block in case they want to attack us again. But seems unlikely. We are notably losing 1 Kakara value here, but I think that's a-okay. Just got a nice efficient chase line. Oh yeah, currently it's snowing outside, so the cat cam is a little bit hard to see. Apologies in advance. All right, just get our nice little chase aspect. Pretty good. This is I think the first Arakni that I've seen run Blood Splatter Vest, which is kind of cool. I think his card's really good, especially in like Syndra, but I've not really seen it be played in Arakni yet, so definitely kind of interested to see how they use it here. Right, then we have Aspect. I'm hoping we get to see our sound the alarms this game. That'd be kind of cool. Like right now, we haven't even used our quick dodge flexors, and like we've kind of been fine. We're also just like, I think we've drawn Transcend all 3 turns too, which I guess probably helps. All right, unfortunately, they're taking away a card for our Rotten Remains to hit, but I guess we still have one more at least. Then we have Looking for Scrap, sure. So I think I'm just going to take this damage. Again, we have another Chase Aspect potentially available to us. They send a CNC, I don't really care. All right, Hunter's Clave, so they can mark us, but I think that's also fine. I think our policies for the daggers are still largely the same as they've ever been, just like no need to block them. All right, and then banish a card from hand if we're marked, sure. So I guess, do we want to attempt to block this? Okay, so here's the problem, right? If we do attempt to block this and then they take a card out of our hand, I guess we can just like Arsenal Preserve, send Aspect. To me, it's worth it to go for it. Feels a little risky though if they want to like pump or something, but maybe it's just fine. Like make them have it, then we can just send Aspect. Worst case scenario. If they have nothing, then we're also fine. Yeah, okay. Like I was kind of fine just like taking that there and then just like banishing Warmongers, but I think that might be kind of greedy, like unnecessary. Like we're just losing a ton of value if we don't try to go for the block there. All right, so we have the 100 ones coming in, sure, and then we'll just do another classic Chase Aspect. We'll even put one back in the deck. I think that's worthwhile. All right, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Chase Aspect. All right, they do have a 5-card hand, which is kind of scary for what that's worth. All right, 4-card hand, a little bit less scary. All right, pain in the backside. So they get to on hit mark us. I still don't feel like we really care. It's basically just a 0 for 4 that on hit marks, which is like fine. And I guess it has go again, so it's like pretty good. Curious if they're going to use the Blood Splatter Fest at some point. All right, so then we have a Bonds of Agony. So the good thing about Bonds of Agony, at least, is that we can block it. So thinking about deck composition, right? We have one Warmonger is already in the graveyard. We don't care if this Warmonger gets banished. We can block with like Key Unleashed, but that also, like, we only have one copy of this in the deck. The worst loss here is probably like Harmony the Hunt, but I don't think we care about that either. I feel like this is just fine to get hit by. Like they probably just take our Transcend card, we send Harmony the Hunt, and then like Key Unleashed. I'm kind of fine to just take this, I think. Like I don't think there's like a really strong reason to go for a block on it if we don't need to. Plus they could always just follow up with something else afterwards. So they also need like a react here. So they get black text plus Flick Knives, and then they need one other react card between these two. So I don't know. I think it's fine to take this, and our hand is not like super weak to Bonds of Agony, I feel like. It's weak if they take Harmony the Hunt, but then we can just like Kakara, Arsenal drop, pass, and that's like also fine. All right, so we have Take Up the Mantle. So what does that do? That's one that copies, right? So banish a card with Stealth from your graveyard. Is this a May? Yeah, it's a May. So I'm pretty sure they're just going to keep this as Bonds of Agony. They're going to potentially gain a resource. I still think this is fine for us. We can even Duke Akara plus Warmongers and an Arsenal like drop or Harmony, whichever one. This hand's like very surprisingly good against Bond specifically. I'm imagining they're not going to copy anything here. Sure. So we'll give them the Bonds of Agony trigger. Still have all our armor at this point too, so we're pretty chilling, I think. All right, they get our singular copy of Key Unleashed. I am a-okay with that. Sure. That wasn't even that bad for us, honestly. So we get to send 6 damage here and then also just have a drop in Arsenal and then still have access to our entire fridge. Like, I don't even know if you need quick dodge flexors to make Zen broken. Like, he's already just kind of broken. Like, I don't know what this card is necessarily accomplishing, it feels like. Alright, well, at least we're seeing all of our new cards, which is, I guess, kind of cool. Alright, they're going to go ahead and retrieve a dagger. It's pretty good. Ooh, and then they have Kiss of Death as well. Pretty spicy card. How do we want to block this? I do feel like I probably just want to go for traverse value at some point this turn, and we're pretty unlikely, I feel like, to run into like a hand disruption effect. And even if we do, I don't think it's that bad. So let's go ahead and just block with traverse here, just to guarantee that we're able to do something next turn. But yeah. Currently just winning the damage race, it feels like. Alright, we got a Hunter's Clave. Again, I think that's a-okay. No real reason to commit to anything or do anything here. Alright, so we do have a Leave No Witnesses, which is a little bit unfortunate. But I guess we can just like sound plus drop, and then we're fine. We can also like give up Kasaya and hold on to the drop. It's pretty reasonable. I think there's definitely maybe a decision point there. I think I still just want to hold on to Kasaya, maybe. I think it's fine to just play out drop as a 0-for-1 deer react, basically. All right, everyone, get ready. We have Prowess of Agility making its first appearance in a Zen deck. Incredible. Amazing. Wow, that card is so insane. What? Why have they printed a card like this before in Zen? That's so crazy. Anyways, onto the actual game. Oh, we don't have an aspect. Shit. I might have gotten a little bit ahead of ourselves here. We used all 3. Shit. That's okay. We'll just get a Breed Anger, Arsenal the other chase, and probably still be fine. Play bad, win anyways. That's what I always say. Ooh, Kodak's a Blood Rot's pretty spicy, though. I feel like our opponent's kind of cooking something with this list. I think this is one of the better Arakni slip through the cracks list I've seen all day. All right, let's see what they got. The toxicity combo too. Okay, this person's definitely cooking. What else we got? Got Bonds. We got Stains of the Red Back. I think is real solid too, especially in like these decks where you can just give something. It's basically like Hiss almost, but you don't get the two reacts. So that's pretty cool. What else we got in here? We're not running any. Are we running any traps in this deck? I don't think we are. Maybe they cut them in this matchup or something, and just have that as blue base. That kind of makes sense. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, definitely seems like pretty good Arakni list. Yeah, sure. All right, let's see if we can get another. Oh, we also didn't fucking use our legs yet. Maybe that doesn't bode incredibly well. But let's get another one. All right, so we're playing against Nuu. So I guess this is the ultimate test of our tech. Let's get out our new sideboard. Get the Harmony Hunts, get these in. And then we'll do our quick dodge as well. Actually, maybe just cut one of these. I think that's fine for ratio purposes. All right, let's see if we can get them with the Rotten Remains. All right, good luck, have fun. This is the I think the spiciest tech I've got so far. But I don't know if this is actually good at all. This card is so bad. These 3 cards make me very sad. They're all 3 blocks, I guess, though. So like, how bad are these cards in realistically? I don't think they're actually that bad. All right, equipment looks good. All right, nice little chase aspect on turn 1. Love it. I think I'm just gonna go for it. Just strips a ton of cards out of their hand. We also get to Arsenal and D-React. Like, I think it's pretty okay. Right, the cat just like sprinted by me, so it's concerning to some degree. Oh, the cat has left the perch. Okay, I'll go ahead and put away the cat perch for now. All right, looks like they got a react here. That's okay. Opponent's running black decks, which is also kind of interesting. I wonder if they're on any spicy new tech. All right, love to see a Bonds and a Siren Skull out of the way early. Also, just get to sit on a react ourselves. So I think we're off to a pretty good start. So I think in this like the only situation I was thinking about for this matchup specifically is like, again, with quick dodge flexors, you probably want to save it for like preventing them from going on a 5-card hand, so you can like block dagger, and then block like whatever the next thing is. Here we're not going to do anything though. Nerve Scalpel is actually like kind of decent against us, just because we do run a lot of reacts in the deck. But I'm not really scared right now, I don't think. All right, opponent is going to come in with the Plunder the Poor. We don't really have to worry about Codex yet. Like, if they do go for a Codex, it's like pretty inefficient. So I think I'm just fine sinking this. And get rid of our Cosmic. Find something a little bit better. I mean, I don't think it really matters, because we're probably just gonna go for the E-Strike anyways. All right, let's go for the Harmony Hunt. Do 3, 2, 1, 5, draw a card. I don't know if it's... I don't typically like putting a Tiger this early in the deck against Nuu. Like, I think if the game was going on for a little bit longer, I would probably get aggressive and like E-Strike the Tiger, but I don't think that's super necessary right now. It's only netting us 3 damage, and then it's like potentially bricks our hand in a future turn, so I don't know if I love that. Although, like, you could... I think some people do just like pretend that that's like not a real thing that happens. Like, you basically just pretend you never draw the Tiger. That might be like worth trying at some point, just to see if it bricks us. So I'm getting 2 extra damage by doing that. No, I still don't think it's worth it, right? It's just like the potential of putting a... It's like putting like a wound in your deck in like Dominion, right? Like, I don't think it's actually that good. All right, we'll draw a card. We draw a Wax On. Amazing draw. Very, very good. Fortunately, not lining up with the Wax Off, but that's also fine. All right, opponent's on Shelter from the Storm, which is maybe the upgrade to Fate for them. Who knows? But I think we're in a pretty good spot here. All right, they're going to go for Our Desire Minds, maybe Justinic or something. I'm not going to block this. All right, I am prescient as always. Are they going to black text this? Well, they're not going to black text this, obviously. I guess the question is, do we want to do anything about this? So I think we do want to do this just so we can arsenal the CNC. Like, it saves us a little bit of health, which I think is maybe relevant. And then we can also just put this, because the CNC is not doing anything on our turn, and I just want to like probably send like a 1 cost at them. So they do technically now have the option to Codex. Oh, they are going to Codex. Okay. Well, this could also not be Codex, but maybe Codex. All right, they had Chase and a Tiger Swipe. Huh. Maybe they're going for a random Our Desire Mind banish thing. Spitballing here. All right, we banished a Wax Off, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we'll make the best of it. All right, go get a 1 cost. I think like Breeding is probably fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and get... Do we want breed or do we want mauling? Mauling's like also fine. I'm gonna get mauling just to get a chain ender out of our deck, I guess. I don't feel super strongly. It also makes like the tiger swipe have like a relevant on hit. Huh. Is that good? I don't think that's good. Because first of all, we're gonna get the Shuko prevention on this. Second of all, well, I guess it is like still like reasonable, I guess. I don't know. Sure. I think that was better as just a 0 for 4 D-React though. Interesting. I don't know what's going on. Alright, we still have a really good hand though. We can just do 100 wins aspect, E-strike. We have a decent amount of chi developed in the deck. I think we're at, what, like 2 or 3 chi? Something like that. Alright, they're going to go for Under the Trapdoor to get a Frailty Trap. This is pretty good against, like, Syndra, but, like, against us, this doesn't really do a ton. I don't know. I don't know if this tech is very good. I guess it makes our Rotten Remains better, but other than that, no, I don't know. I guess there's no reason not to send the tiger. Maybe we'll bait them into doing something. Alright, buff. Hey, Philip. Mr. Cat. Alright, is that the last Justinic? No, we have one more Justinic left. Okay. Ooh, okay, we got the Rotten Remains. This is currently 1, 2, 2. Sorry, 3 damage. 3 damage. Final answer. Blue 0 for 3/3 block is pretty spicy though. Alright, a Naked Surgical. I think we are just supposed to convert this hand. Let me just make sure we have our aspect. We do. Pretty sure it's just this and this. No, we actually probably wanted to save an extra blue for CNC purposes. So maybe a block like this. Seems correct. I guess CNC is just damage here, but whatever, it's fine. Alright, we have not changed the Rotten Remains count, unfortunately, but we'll go ahead and pitch it here. We want to save this for the very late game, so that we have a late game graveyard combo. Let's get our aspect. Send it in. Again, CNC is not doing a ton here, but I think it's just fine. I guess it's bad against Codex, but they still don't have like a Leave No, and they're off Tunic. So that makes their Codex kind of awkward, even if they do have it. Maybe there was a better line here. Maybe we should have just played this stupid thing as a 0 for 3. Alright, we have Persuasive. We have 1 Justinic left in the deck. This could be a quick dodge opportunity. Could also just, like, take this, though. I'm kind of leaning towards Team Take It. Could also, like, give up Kasaya. How reasonable is that? Giving up Kasaya is like maybe okay too. It honestly feels like Mask Banish more than anything. So maybe like Kasaya is actually the real play. Sure. Okay, it was just a neck, but that's fine. We played around as much as we could, so not a huge deal. The question is now, I guess, do we want to play anything? I don't think we do. Kind of hoping they had a red here. Okay, they did have a red. So I think that's good for us. They can I imagine they're going to be taking CNC here. They're not going to be taking CNC. I think it's just strictly better to take the CNC than the Growl there. But what do I know? Let's go, because like the other way we just get 5 damage. It's like 5 versus 6 damage. I don't know. Maybe it depends on, maybe they know more about their deck than I do, but we at least get a nice little preserve in Arsenal, which we can use with Wax Off, which is pretty good. All right, so I think we'll go for it. Go for the Wax Off. We'll let ourselves get hit by this just to make sure they can't do anything further in reacts, and then we'll preserve. We could put an aspect in the deck for our last chase. What else could we get? We could also just get a chase because we have a bunch of harmonies in the deck still. I think getting a chase is like very reasonable. It's probably not going to be what we're going to tutor for here. Oh wait, we can use Prowess of Agility this turn. Is that potentially crazy? Probably, but I guess we'll do it anyways, right? Oh, this card's so bad. This card's not good. We still have breeds, right? Still have one breed, I think. This card is gonna lose me the game. But we'll play it out for content purposes, I guess. Just to illustrate that this card's not actually that good. Alright, so we'll set up our truce. We've attacked 4 times, so this will not destroy itself. But now, on the next turn, we now have to attack 4 times. Which makes it quite bad. But we'll do our best. If we draw any brick hand, we can basically not use this card. Which makes it, like, egregiously bad, I feel like. I don't know, this card is trash. Like, actual trash. I stand by the statement. This card is trash. Yeah, this card's really bad. Okay, so we don't have a Justin X to worry about, I guess. So we do have Venomous Bite and Hiss. I guess they're like the 2 main cards. So we're like almost immediately losing this card too, which is a very good illustration of why this card is like terrible. So what do we want to do? I feel like double block might honestly be right. Maybe we go for like... No, I don't want to get masked. I think I just like do like a single block, and then if they ruin our day, they ruin our day. Probably gonna go for like... Sure, I'm fine with Siren's Call, honestly. We can sound the alarm at them, which I guess is kind of funny. But, oh yeah, this card immediately going away. Immediately just like did nothing. That's terrible. All right, they did have the Mass Banish at least anyways, so I guess it's like kind of fine here. All right, let's go ahead and banish Swipe here so we can play out Pouncing Key, Arsenal this. All right, unfortunately, Prowess of Agility has not proven itself to be the powerhouse. Maybe you just don't run it, and like never played in this matchup, but like I wanted to at least try to go for it. Maybe we get some insane value out of it or something. I don't know. Yeah, but this card is like dog shit. Okay, we have like a weakest link though. That's good for us, I think. We can block 3 with it at least. Yeah, this hand's really bad. I feel like they also maybe are sitting on another... Is that the last siren? No, they have one more Siren's Call. So maybe I just block with this card and then, like, assume they have something. I don't know. We'll block with the Cosmic as well, I guess. We should have blocked with the Harmony. That was my bad. I guess they take the other Cosmic. Oh, they don't take the Cosmic. That's interesting. All right. Well, we at least got to see Sound the Alarm get played. Which is, I guess, cool. Put a Wax on top or something. All right, no reacts, no value. Never mind, this card's also trash. All right, so wait, what do we see from their hand? Okay, maybe it's not trust. E-Strike, Bonds, Weakest Link, Bonds. Okay, sure. And Shelter and Arsenal. So they cannot Bonds of Agony us, which I guess is good. All right, we drew the react anyway, so Sound of the Alarm wouldn't have done anything regardless, right? That's what I'm going to tell myself. We're fine here. So They're going to follow up, I assume, with a weakest link, which we can just block and then send Growl. That's like fine. We still fortunately have a Cosmic left in the deck, I guess. I don't want to Sink Below just because I don't want to like draw into a no block. I think we'll just go ahead and just take an off turn and then set up the Sink Below in Arsenal. It's wild, but I think this card actually like lost us the game. If like it basically put us like way closer to losing, I feel like. Alright, they're gonna get another Frailty Trap, which again doesn't really do much against us. I mean, thins their deck, I guess, for what that's worth. It's kind of cool. Is that the last weakest link? I think we have one more. Alright, do we want to try to use Flexors this turn? How many levels have we seen? We've seen 2 levels. It's pretty unlikely this is levels, so maybe I'm not supposed to care about this. Man, we have not used this card. I want to like use this card though, is the issue. We'll use it on like Chi on a later turn, I guess. I don't know. Maybe this card's not actually that good. Alright, so we do have this. So we could go for the Flexors now. We haven't seen a Codex yet. This is almost certainly Codex. So what's best against Codex? So they have this thing, it's CNC. So that's pretty bad. If it is CNC, then I don't want to play this out. So I guess we do go for Flexors here, maybe? Sure. I have no idea. We're in uncharted territory here. I think this is maybe good though. It's maybe good against CNC because we can at least block it and then like use Shuko and that to block. Oh, it's just a normal CNC. Okay, well I guess that's still good. So now we can use Flexors again. And then just do Sacred Art, Mono Transcend, get a 0 cost. I feel like I bungled this turn pretty bad. But at least we played out the new card. Alright, let's Sacred Art. Get some more Transcend in the deck. Still sitting on our React. We got 4 combo cards left in deck, which is a little bit low. We're also completely out of armor, which I don't love. And they're probably going to be coming up on their codexes. So my hope here is that they aren't able to set up for Codex CNC, at least. They still have one more CNC, so I feel like we're going to get hit by like 4 CNCs in a row, so the Sink Below is probably pretty bad. I think we're still just supposed to sit on it, though, just to not get codexed. Not get codexed is hard, rather. Alright, they're going for the CNC. Alright, at this point, I think we're just giving up on the Arsenal. Sure. Alright, really want to see that Rotten Remains come back around. That's what that's the goal, right? Like this card's trash. We really want to just see the Rotten Remains, because what was a Rotten Remains count at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? A 0 for 9 blue 3 block? Oh, I want to see it happen. Alright, we'll just get 100 wins, I think. It's fine. What is their banish looking like? They got 100 wins of their own, they got Pouncing Key, they got Wax Off, sure. Hope they don't Rotten Remains me. That'd be kind of scary. They could get back like 200 wins or 100 wins. Give back 100 wins, I guess. Maybe it's not that bad. All right, we need to draw the Rotten Remains. Fuck. Okay, we can still do it. Okay, so this we don't care about. It's probably Venomous Bite or Hiss. And we can cover 6 of that, so if it's double, then we're also probably fine. I'm gonna say no blocks on this. I think this is fine. It's probably hiss. It's hiss. Okay, they're hissing. Sure. Playing the Slither makes sense also. So the fear here is Codex. But if it's Codex, then we're kind of in trouble anyways, I guess. I think we do maybe go for the sync, though. Maybe sync Path Well Traveled. Alright, find a Chi. Alright, they go for the Arousing Wave Pump, which we can also just wax off. Still opens us up to Codex pretty bad, or it opens us up to that, I guess, too. Right, they also had the Codex, which makes sense. I think we definitely had this game in the bag until these two cards. Okay, so the card without base. If we make a Tiger, they're going to get this anyways, but at least we get to keep the Chi in the deck, which is maybe relevant. Alright, so get the Tiger, but keep the Chi. Alright, Rotten Remains, I think, is our out of this game that we have probably bungled. Alright, I do like to see last levels out of the way, though. Oh, wait, whoops, sorry. Nope, nope, sorry. There we go. Alright. Kara, Frailty Trap, sure. So that's the last Frailty Trap as well. Could also Arsenal Chase the Tail here. We saw one Codex pitch. We've not seen another Codex in play. So maybe it's fine to just Arsenal Chase. Alright, Rotten Remains, where are you? One time Rotten Remains. Alright, I feel like we're getting Codex this turn. Potentially into CNC because they have Tunic available. Oh, they did. Oh, they unblocked with the levels. That's what it was. So they do have levels in play. Alright, that probably changed my block, but that's okay. Alright, so we have 6 coming in, potentially into another CNC. Alright, Path Will Travel is also fine. So in response to the mask, let's go ahead and pitch a Chi. Pass on that, Banish Tiger. Alright, we have Codex, but we can at least wax on and then send Chase for 4 damage total. Which I'm not in love with, but we've kind of put ourselves in this situation. Okay. Alright, they're going to get Leave No. That makes sense. Alright, we'll go ahead and wax on this. Alright, I think I need the Rotten Remains bailout like yesterday. They will have to give me at least armor or something here. Alright, send the Chase. Still have 1 Codex, which I think is maybe a turn off. Definitely in a tight spot here, though. Alright, we do have Wax On, which is at least going to come in for 4 through Nerve Scalpel. Where the heck is our Rotten Remains? This is bullshit. Okay, they're pitching the Codex, so we now at least don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about CNC either. What do we have to worry about? Probably just dying, honestly. Alright, it's Beckoning as well. Huh. I don't know what this is, if it's anything. Alright, it's Leave No, which is fine, because we can block 4 on it. And then, should be good, right? Mostly good. Alright, we definitely somehow managed to punt a basically unlosable game, but that's why we're here. All right, get him to 1. Play out the Harmony. I think we still have like a random 100 wins in our deck, if I'm not mistaken. Hide as much information as possible so we maybe get like a weird block out of them. All right, we do have that random 100 wins in the deck, so that's good. We could play out the Passover. Doesn't really do much though. All right, they're gonna sink below that. Sure. Also wish I had Shoot go up at this point. It's wild how almost instantaneously this card like fucked this game. All right, that's fine though. We're still not completely out of it. Okay, they have a new. They're gonna new us, sure. All right, they didn't banish our Rotten Remains. That's important. Sure. Pass. Do they maybe have another chi in hand? If they do, we're probably in trouble. Oh, we found it. Okay. Damn. That sucks. What a fucking... This is maybe the worst fucking game I've ever recorded. This was terrible. So many things I feel like... Alright, this card does not belong in a Zen deck, like, ever. Like, even if you're, like, playing, like, an aggro mirror where you, like, don't want to block, or, like, this card is, like, objectively terrible, I think. I think this card's, like, complete trash. This card was kind of okay. Pretty okay, honestly. And this card, disappointing in terms of us not being able to resolve it when we had how many targets? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It says 0 for 8. Blue. Oh my god. Okay. Well, this card was at least it was funny. I guess it's the moral. But anyways, I think it's probably gonna wrap it up for today. So those were kind of like my new Zen cards I was testing. All right, so let's do kind of a review. So this card, absolute F, like complete failure of a card. This card does not do anything for Zen. This card, kind of spicy, kind of like it. Decent, kind of like new tech, I guess. Like just having a blue 0 for 10 3 block is kind of funny. But maybe also kind of like a double-edged sword. So maybe this is like a B, like a B in terms of the grading, right? Because they can also just like use this against you and then banish like 300 wins or like pouncing key or key only. I don't know. They can probably banish. They can probably get like 6 value out of this, right? This card's honestly I've been kind of liking a little bit, especially into like the new matchup. But like we already have cards like Censor, which are better into like other matchups. So I don't know if this card replaces that card, but this card's like an awesome budget option as well, which is really cool. Like just having the ability to like have some kind of like counterplay into new and like reveal their hand. I think this card's like actually like very, very good. And then quick dodge flexors. So this card I'm going to give like an A. This is like an A card. Quick dodge flexors weren't really that good into both the assassins we played. Like it felt like the problem with this card, right, is that like if you want to get the full 6 value out of this card, you're having to block daggers, right? Which you can just do with like pouncing paws anyways, like especially on like beckoning misplayed or like the daggers that matter. So like what is this card doing? Like I don't really know. This card seems kind of whatever to me, but I guess maybe I need to play with it a little bit more and like get used to it. But like you're basically having to like take your turn off to like block daggers, and then they can just do something better, and then you're kind of in the same situation. I don't know if this is a Zen card, if I'm being honest. This card feels like a C or a D to me, honestly. Yeah, but I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. So we tested out some new Zen cards. We found that some of them were bad, some of them were funny, and some of them were like kind of okay. Yeah, but let me know if there's any other cards from the Hunted that you want me to try out. These are the kind of like the 4 that immediately came to mind, but yeah. We'll give them a try in the coming weeks and kind of test them out a little bit more. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.